Hello, future engineers. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're still new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, please don't forget to share my videos to your friends and to your friends' friends, to your younger brothers and sisters who would want to take up engineering in the future, and to your relatives. That's one way you can keep me going, inspired, and refreshed. Now, if you find my videos interesting and important to your studies, also please don't forget to subscribe.
Hello, future engineers. Here is another set of problems on derivative of functions. These are elementary functions. I hope that you will be able to learn the techniques on how to differentiate functions. So these are first the beginning and the application of the power formula. Y equals x to the n, so the derivative of that is nx to the n minus 1 dx which is 1. So that's the guide. So there are 14 exercises in this video. So differentiate the following functions. So there are 14. So the first one is y equals 2x squared minus 7x plus 1. So let's begin with that. So I'll solve in more detail first the first two problems, then the rest for the new loops. We'll also solve that in detail, but I will explain, of course. So y equals 2x squared minus 7x plus 1. So the derivative of this is dy dx or y prime. The derivative of 2x squared is 2 times 2 by power formula, so 4x to the 2 minus 1. So the power of x becomes 1. So this becomes 4x. While this one is minus 7, derivative of x with respect to x, so dx is 1. And the derivative of the constant is 0. Therefore, the derivative is 4x minus 7. So dy dx y prime equals 4x minus 7. Let's proceed to number 2. So dy dx, which is equal to y prime, equals first 2x, 2x to the 2 minus 1, so 2x. Then this is negative 2 times 4, so negative 8x to the power 4 minus 1, so minus 8x cubed. Then minus 3 times 5, negative 3 times 5, so negative 15x to the 5 minus 1, so negative 15x to the fourth. Therefore, the derivative is 2x minus 8x cubed minus 15x to the fourth. So negative, so 2x minus 8x cubed, then minus 15x to the fourth. So dy dx equals y prime equals 2x minus 8x cubed minus 15x to the fourth. Then number 3, we'll answer this directly based on our experience for the first two problems. So derivative constant 0, this is negative 4, 7 times 3, 21x squared, then negative 1 times 5, negative 5x to the fourth. So negative 4 plus 21x squared minus 5x to the fourth. Negative 4 plus 21x squared minus 5x to the fourth. Number 4, y equals x to the fourth plus x cubed plus 5x minus 8. So let's answer this directly. dy dx, which is equal to y prime, equals 4x cubed plus 3x squared plus 5. Number 5, So dy dx, which is equal to y prime, equals negative 3x to the negative 1 minus 1, so x to the negative 2. Again, negative 3x to the negative 2. The negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. X to the negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So the derivative is negative 3x to the negative 2 plus 8x to the negative 3. Number 6, y equals 5x to the negative 2 plus x to the negative 3. So 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, x to the negative 2 minus 1, so x to the negative 3. So negative 10, x to the negative 3, then minus 3, because 1 times negative 3 is negative 3, x to the negative 3 minus 1, so negative 4. So the derivative is negative 10x to the negative 3 minus 3x to the negative 4. Number 7, though there's a direct way of differentiating this, negative 3 over x squared, let's just transform this to power form so that we can apply power formula. So this is transformed into 3x to the negative 1, then minus 5x to the negative 2. So 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, so negative 3x to the negative 2, then negative 5 times negative 2 is 10, so 10x to the negative 3. So dy dx, which is equal to y prime, equals negative 3x to the negative 2 plus 10x to the negative 3. Or we also write that as, so in this form, because this is the original form, so we must be obliged to finalize our answer in the same form here, although this is also correct. So we transform this into negative 3 over x squared, then plus 10 over x to the power 3. Number 8, we transform this into exponential form so that we can apply power formula. So the first one, dy dv is equal to negative 2v to the negative 3. Then the second one, negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. V to the negative 4 minus 1, so v to the negative 5. So dy dv is equal to negative 2v to the negative 3 plus 8v to the negative 5. Or we can rewrite that into this form as negative 2 over v to the power positive 3 plus 8 over v to the power positive 5. Number 9, w equals 1 over 6 plus 2/5 y minus 1/3 y squared. So derivative of 1/6, that's 1/6, that's a constant, so it's 0. Then this is 2/5, derivative of w with respect to y is 2/5 dy dy, so 2/5 times 1. Then this is minus 1/3, derivative of y squared with respect to y is 2y. So therefore the final answer is 2/5 minus 2/3 of y. Number 10, w equals 2/3 minus y squared over 5 plus 4/3 y cubed. So again, derivative of 2/3 constant is 0. This is negative 1/5 times derivative y squared, which is 2y. So negative 2/5 y, then plus 4/3 derivative of y cubed is 3y squared. Cancel 3, so 4y squared. So the derivative of w with respect to y is negative 2/5 y plus 4y squared. negative 2/5 y plus 4y squared. Number 11, this one, y equals x to the 1/2 minus 4x to the negative 1/2. So by power formula, dy dx or y prime is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. Then negative 4 times negative 1/2 is positive 2x to the negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 3/2. So 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 plus 2x to the negative 3/2. Again, this is plus 2x to the negative 3/2 because negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 3/2. So dy dx or y prime equals 1 over 2 square root of x. Let's transform it into power formula, or 1 over 2 x to the positive 1/2, then 2 over x to the positive 3/2. That's the other way. Number 12, y equals 2x to the negative 1/3 plus 4x to the negative 2/3. So dy dx or y prime is equal to 2 times negative 1/3 is negative 2/3, x to the negative 1/3 minus 1, so negative 4/3. Then this is 4 times negative 2/3, which is negative 8/3, x to the negative 2/3 minus 1 is negative 5/3. So minus 8/3 x to the negative 5/3. So therefore, the final answer is just this, because the original problem is in that form. So we must answer in that form also. Final answer in that form also. Then number 13, let's transform this into power form, although derivative of square root of t is 1 over 2 square root of t. So that we can apply power formula easily. Let's transform that into t to the 1/2. Then this one is 1 over t to the 1/2, so minus t to the negative 1/2. So x is t to the 1/2 minus t to the negative 1/2. So dx dt by power formula, the first part is 1/2 t to the negative 1/2. Then the second one is negative 1 times negative 1/2 is positive 1/2 t to the negative 1/2 minus 1. So positive 1/2 t to the negative 3/2. Although the answer may be in that form, but the original problem is in this form. Therefore, we also transform our answer in this form, although that is also acceptable. So dx dt is 1 over 2 square root of t, then plus 1 over 2 t to the positive 3/2. So 1 over 2 of t to the 3/2. And lastly, number 14, we transform this again into power form. So x equals 2 t to the 3/2. T times t to the 1/2 is t to the 3/2. Then 1 over square root of t is the same as this. So t plus t to the negative 1/2. So dx dt is equal to 2 times 3/2 is 3. T to the 3/2 minus 1 is 1/2. Then 1 times negative 1/2 is negative 1/2. T to the negative 1/2 minus 1, negative 3/2. So minus 1/2 t to the negative 3/2. So writing the answer in this form, so dx dt is 3 square root of t minus 1 over 2 t to the 3/2. So that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed and learned in watching the video.